and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys, to yet another really important game in the life of Xavi Hernandez at Barcelona. This right here is his third match in charge, and again, he's got a real test to overcome with Barça heading to Villarreal on Saturday night. In today's video, we are going to be talking all about the game to come, what we can expect, and of course, most importantly, who is going to make it into Xavi's starting lineup. It is all coming up for you. So let's get to it. Come on. Because heading into this weekend, Barça do indeed head away to La Ceramica to face Villarreal at 9 p.m. local time on Saturday evening. And Barça are one of the first teams to actually be in action this weekend, with Real Sociedad facing a tricky trip away to Espanyol. Atleti also are away at Cadiz after they had Champions League disappointment in midweek 2, with Real Madrid facing off against Sevilla on Sunday night, where one of those, if not both of them, could drop points. And when you're looking at the league table, we do certainly want all of those teams above us to start dropping some points, because although Barça have moved up the table slightly, we are still in 7th place, although it should be said that we do have a game in hand on plenty of those teams around us. But every single weekend is key. We've got to start picking up wins. We've got to start moving up the table. And after winning against Espanyol, that continues right here. But as you will have noticed from that league table, there is no Villarreal right now in the top 8. In fact, they are 12th coming into this game in La Liga, and just like ourselves, they are coming into this on the back of a disappointing Champions League result in midweek. They lost 2-0 at home to Man United, which was not a good result for them, and also leaves them in a real fight to progress to the knockout stages. And I think when you're looking at Villarreal this season, they have been extremely inconsistent in La Liga. As you can see, they're comparing with their Champions League form. Although they played 13 games in the league, they've only won 3 matches. They've won 2 in the Champions League, and so far it has been very much a case of drawing too many games, conceding too many goals. And of course, with Villarreal, we always know that home, and especially away, we've had some tricky games there in the past. It's not an easy place to go, and we will have to play at our best to get the win. And I do think right here for Barça, and particularly Barça fans coming into this game, there is one thought I feel, especially after that midweek draw against Benfica, the goalless draw that we had, there is one issue that is concerning all of us right now, and it's said to be the hardest thing in football. It's putting that ball in the back of the net. It is scoring goals that we have to find a way within ourselves. We've got to do it somehow. We have to find goals in this team. Of course, under Xavi so far, 2 games, only 1 goal scored, and that was from the penalty spot. But we can take some reassurance from the fact that we have created the chances. It's not as though right now we don't have those opportunities to score it. It's not as though we're not creating anything, because you look at it in La Liga this season, we have actually missed 22 big chances. That is second only to Sevilla in the entire league. Even hitting the woodwork, we hit the woodwork 7 times in the league. That's the 3rd most of any other team, and I would be much more concerned, especially here under Xavi now, if we weren't doing the right things elsewhere. But I think actually in our build-up, on the possession side of our game, in terms of our positioning, in terms of the organisation, everything is really good. We set the team up well, we progress up the pitch, we press very well too. Off the ball, I think all that's missing right now is that final touch, that final piece of the move, and that is having someone at the end of it to put the ball away. And of course, right now, the one man that you would look to bury those chances, the one man that you would look to and say, okay, you're fit, you're in the team, you are our forward, we need you right now, it's Memphis Depay. Now, I think he had probably his worst game in a Barcelona shirt in that midweek game against Benfica. I think it was a really bad night for Memphis. And I think many people would say, you know what, he does have a lot of pressure on him right now. He is the only fit forward, and it has been that way for most of the season. He's played in every single La Liga game, every single Champions League game. He's played nearly every single minute, and the one thing that I would say is he has done well to keep himself fit, to keep himself available, and I'm sure that he would have liked maybe a little bit more rest along the way, but he has to do better than what we saw in midweek. I think for any Barcelona forward, it's not necessarily the fact that he didn't score, or the fact that maybe, he's not scoring prolifically right now as he maybe was at the start of the season, but it's more for me about losing the ball, about maybe being a little bit greedy at times, not playing the right option, not really passing to the right players. I think it's very, very important for Memphis that he understands his role there as a striker is also to help link the play. It's also there to have possession and to keep possession, not to give it away in dangerous areas. Too many attacks broke down because of him on Wednesday, and he will know, he needs to improve. But there is some very good news and very positive news for Xavi heading into this game. Number one, we have not picked up any further injury problems following that game against Benfica. And for Barça, that's always a real achievement. But also, as you will see right here, both Xavi and also Abde are back in the squad here. As we know, they weren't registered for the Champions League, but for La Liga, they are available and they are options that Xavi can use in those wide areas. Which does bring us very, very nicely on to the expected lineup heading into the game on Saturday. And this right here is the lineup I would love to see, especially going away to Villarreal, take the game to them. You know that Xavi will want to get on the ball, make things happen. Ter Stegen in goal, no question about that. Made a really big save against Benfica in midweek. At left back, I think Jordi Alba is also going to stay in that position. I think at centre back we may see one change. I think we will go back to a back four now that we do have more wingers available to us. The partnership I would go with is Eric Garcia on the left-hand side, and to the right of him, there is no doubt in my mind, Araujo has to stay in this team. You have to keep him in the team after the performance that he put in against Benfica in midweek. He was absolutely magnificent in that game, and I would love to see a return at right back for Serginho Dest. I think we need to pose a bit more of a threat on that right-hand side. We need somebody who's happy to go forward, and I think Dest there could provide some really, really good support on the right. Into midfield, I honestly don't see too many changes here, because if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Busquets there at the base. Nico Gonzalez has been very special in centre midfield alongside Frenkie de Jong, and I would also play Gavi in there too, but as we know, he drifts more out towards the left, whilst we do have a lack of left wingers right now available at the club. So Gavi in the team, but still not quite in the area that we would like to see him in, but I'd rather have him there than on the bench for sure. Then of course it is over to the right hand side. This is one of the biggest dilemmas that Xavi has, because on the one hand you have Yusuf Demir. Would you like to see Demir playing once again from the start as he did against Benfica? Like I say, Ilyas Akomash is back. He started Xavi's first game against Espanyol, and of course there is the option of Ousmane Dembele, who I think will definitely come off the bench and try and make an impact again, but he is not going to be ready to start this game, which is why I would go Abde. I think with what he showed after he came on against Espanyol, the second half there, he was electric. I think he can be really, really good against Villarreal, who are not going to always sit really deep. There are going to be spaces there to attack, and Abde really can be capable of doing that. Before then, down the middle, we know that it is going to be Memphis Depay from the start of the game. But there is one question that I would like to pose to you guys. A few people have been thinking about it. What about there, Yusuf Demir as a false nine? That is something that I would like to see maybe as the game goes on, maybe something when we're winning a game and we can try things out. Demir there in a more central role, because we know he's not a pure winger. He's not somebody there who wants to stay wide. He would rather be a little bit inside. He'd rather cut inside. He's somebody who's quick, as we know, has a good eye for goal, and I do wonder there, linking up in that sort of false nine role, that could work very, very nicely, and it is worth definitely giving that a try at some stage. But like I say, Memphis will start this game, but we do need more from him. Which finally, guys, leaves us with your predictions. And I think this for me is no surprise whatsoever. I'm really, really glad that you guys think we're going to win this game. I'm very, very happy to see that you are confident and positive heading into this game. But we know it's going to be tough to score. We know that we're not scoring many goals right now. If we are going to win, it may be 1-0, it may be 2-1 if we can get 2 on the score sheet, but that's the most important thing right now. Given that we aren't scoring a lot of goals, we've got to keep it tight at the back. If we keep a clean sheet, again, you'd hope that we could grab one. We're doing the right things, we're going in the right direction, but we need more. And I think especially more than anything else, take some shots on. If you're in and around the area, if you've got a shooting opportunity, take on those shots, have a go, and take a risk. Because this is another key game for Xavi, and we are all hoping we can win it. So please, guys, do leave all of your pre-match predictions in the comments down below. What are your score predictions heading into this game? And also, who would you like to see in the starting lineup? And especially there, that front three. How would you choose if you were the Barcelona coach? Let me know those thoughts down below. I will see you, of course, after the game when we're hoping for a good result. I will see you then. And I thank you indeed for watching and for supporting. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça!